I please request all of you to settle down. We have a meet and greet session after this. During that time, we can please proceed with it. Please, thank you.
Please handle this rather than sleeping or taking mobile and just sitting. Yesterday it was so embarrassing that he was sleeping over there. He was on mobile. He cannot sit because he is here to support you. And he was in fact supporting the entire thing. That is very bad. He is only here to support you.
composite materials, and electric propulsion. His research is on flapping wings micro air vehicle funded by AR&DB in Madras Institute of Technology, Chennai. During 2002 to 2006, in close coordination with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Post PhD, he went to work with a company called CYIENT, Engineering Service Company, and worked for Boeing, Airbus, Gulfstream in USA, Spain, and Germany. Due to his passion in green energy, he went to work in Suzlon as R&D and green energy for 4 years on 2.1 megawatt, 3 megawatt turbines. Later, he worked with his professor in Bangalore, again in engineering service company. There he worked for Boeing, Airbus, HAL, and COMAC C919 through Spain. Since his joining in Tata in 2020, he is working in UAS, Unmanned Aerial Systems for Defense. One of his key projects is ALS-50, indigenous developed loitering munition in India. The successful trial of AL-50 LM was conducted in Pokhran and Leh, and for this project, he received the Technology Innovation Award from the Defense Ministry in October 2022. He has 25 plus paper in international, national journals and conference. Now we request Dr. Muniapane to deliver his keynote lecture on latest trends in sustainable aerospace technologies.
So we are turning it off.
Hello, madam, audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, President Dr. Muniappan, right? So, I am here from the past 2 days. So, basically, I am a unmanned aerial vehicle man. Okay, working from during my research in the PhD and also in the currently my job profile also. As I already mentioned to present, regarding, to do whatever project we are working, it's all quite confidential in nature. It's for Indian Air Force, the Army. That's the reason I could not, present those content here. But however, this is my passion, right? Sustainable aerospace technologies. This is my one of the passionate subject. I put my effort to, gather all the, happenings around the world. What's happening in the, sustainable aviation, around the world. Okay, and also in the passion towards the green energy, I worked in the Suzlon also, because though I was working in Airbus Spain, I know, because that we don't get any kind of the composite material research and development. We don't get any kind of publications. So the researchers always need to have publications patent on his name. If your work is being taken by somebody, right, you don't find your signatory authority. You're working for somebody, that's the find it challenges. Came back to Suzlon. I worked for there for 4 years. Then, right, my passion remained same. Then came back to again engineering services company, worked for Boeing, Airbus, and then Gulfstream Vector Corporation. And after that, finally ended up in my own passionate area on the UAVs. That's what currently I'm doing as system engineering head for that, right? In system engineering is the multidisciplinary, role to know about the propulsion, aerodynamics, structures, and your payload, navigation system. So everything together we have to collate and then make as a complete mission. System is not a design. It's like every interdisciplinary things should work as a system to meet your final objective or goal. That is the system engineering goal. Coming back to the latest transit, sustainable aerospace. This is also right. What is the sustainable aviation? So my presentation today, go with this flow. Study introduction and global warming, aviation impact on global warming, technologies to reduce the carbon footprint, the aviation, And what and all research and development is happening across the world. There are many startups. That's what I wanted to focus more here. Though, so all the discipline I'm not very much familiar, but I wanted to give you some insight about what's happening around the world when the Paris meetings happen. That is not happening in India. That's what I wanted to bring the key point here. So I will some of the kind of literatures wherein what is the kind of growth rate available those kind of areas wherein other countries are really focusing and working on it. There are some survey done by some of the companies. From there, I picked some of the key companies who they are working on what technology towards the sustainable aviation. Those things now we'll see. This is my content of the presentation. So coming to the sustainable aviation. So what is the sustainable aviation? It's a multidisciplinary because from the past 2 days we're having the workshop. It's not only the one topic alone, right? Maybe the key point is the propulsion agree because that is where your carbon is getting emitted and also all the subsequent pollution is happening. Even though it is a multidisciplinary, how to kill the things not only by propulsion, but we can do the various things. Starting from aerodynamics, propulsion, system design, autonomous system, controls, structures, materials, all this area. It's not only that. Suppose if you make a lightweight structure, normally your aircraft drags, your mass is very less. By that way, we can save the fuel. If you have the proper planning in your routing, for example, there is a case study wherein, right? That's what I was asking to Dr. Frank also when he was presenting the keynote address. The long range aircraft which we are talking about, right? Long range aircraft, it will be carrying, for example, A320 and A380 if you take, it will be burning around 18 to 12 ton fuel per hour. So what happened if I want to go to from here to the Los Angeles from the India? If you take a break in say Germany, Frankfurt, so you'll be having only 8 hours of flight, 18 to 80 tons of fuel already you're carrying as an excessive mass here as a drag. That is also one of the pollution factor for you. It's not like only by doing the sustainable aviation fuel alone will not reduce the pollution. At the same time, you should have digitization, artificial intelligence, data science, everything together is going to give you the benefit of your sustainable aviation. That's what we will be seeing in the presentation. So coming to the global warming, what are we talking about global? Why it's so important? So if you look at this data, NASA data, wherein the temperature, I think the graph is clear. So if you look at the pre-industry and then post-industry kind of the temperature increase in the global, right? It's up to until 19th century. It's almost in the zero. There is no increase in the temperature. It's almost in the same because like we have that number of trees, the carbon footprint, nothing was increased beyond the limit of our survival limit for the animals, human beings, plants, and all the species in the sea, everything together. When you look back at the last 10 years, on the 19th century, it's increased by 1.5 degree from the previous temperature. It's not like yearly growth, it's like a century growth. So our can you click the hyperlink and then just there is a NASA the simulation for that global warming. It shows about that. Yeah, that one down. Yeah, can you zoom it a little bit and then say that? Play it. If you look at this video, you can see from 1884 to 2022 what's happening to the environment. So what is the you can see that different. You can see this is red is nothing but your plus degree temperature, and blue is nothing but your minus decreasing, increasing temperature. This is what happening to your environment. Okay, so we need to if you are going beyond 1.4 degree or 2 degree or 3 degrees Celsius, what's happening to that? We are not. That's the reason that Boris coming into the picture. It's very, very important. Every 0.5 degree or 0.1 degree is going to have a huge impact on your environment and then the planet, the living beings in the planet. That's why it's very, very important because it's the other side. There is a research and development is happening in the power sector. Power sector is another key pollutant area, where we are talking about only the 2.5% or the 4% due to other emission from your aviation, whereas the remaining percentage is coming. We will talk about that later in the concluding session at the end of the thing. That's the reason, right? If you look at this picture of the things, you could understand the seriousness, importance of this, the global warming, the temperature increase. After all, we have only one planet. Our forefather and our older generation live. We are living now. We have to leave this planet safe for our future generation also. That is the responsibility of each and everything. Any science invention should also look for the benefit and also look for the challenges to be mitigated to make this planet fit for future generation to come. That's why the topic, what we are talking, is very, very important. And this graph is already available in the net, even though it's very, I want to make it impactful to the audience here to see and understand about the critical terms. So back to the slide. And this is about aviation impact, because those are people are. And the last person to talk about this topic is more of the slides, maybe repetitive in nature. But anyway, the objective is same. Okay, what's happening in the environment due to the aviation? Currently, this up to the 2019 data, we are, the current carbon emission is like 1 billion ton is the emission which is estimated from the, or is not estimated, this is already actual data from your IATA. Okay, so 8 billion, that is going to increase further. So in this, what we are telling, right, though your emission CO2 puts for 2.5%, other, the extra, the kind of pollution was like whatever, our professor talks about, right, contrails, soot, and other sulfur, all other things also contributing to the other things also contributing to your complete global warming effect. This is the aviation effect on global warming. So what we from 2.5% is your carbon, and remaining all contrails and your methane, aerosols, and other things also. It is also contributing them. So that way, right? If you see that carbon is very less, but the overall effect on the global warming is the 4%. That's what you should not miss that. It's, not only the 2.5% of CO2, other factors also contributing to the 4% of the global warming. That is what the message here. And what I used to talk about, right? So though we are spoke a lot of things about this, there is some facts and figures. Nobody knows that what is the importance of, right? The carbon footprint saving other than other industries. Other industries, right? It's very difficult because it's in the very, very micro level, small scale industry, MSME, and your household or coal burning in the house. These are all very difficult. These are all kind of necessary things. We can allow it to happen for some time. We have to compensate through planting trees or maybe going with your renewable energy for your electrical applications. So here is one of the key area where we have to attack, wherein that mass CO2 is being controlled, or that can be controlled by all means through the aviation industry. You look at this, what is the, anybody knows this, or anybody imagine how much amount of fuel you are burning while traveling in one of the aircraft? This data says this, okay? See, if you look at this Boeing 747-400, it's going to burn around 10 to 11 tons of fuel per hour. Can you imagine this? 11 tons, this is also, that's what I'm talking about, the routing. When you have this is a long range aircraft, you have to carry this much extra mass to go for the long range. And also it is causing the drag mass also. You have to overcome, you have to burn extra fuel to overcome the drag mass. But also it is a pollution, okay? And Boeing 737 is going to burn around 2.23 tons per hour fuel, and A320 2.5 tons fuel per hour, and Boeing 777 7.7 to 8 tons per hour. A380 is the jet, so equal to the 747-400, so 11 to 12 ton fuels per hour. So you have to, why I'm saying this data is, you want to know that, right? What is the significant? Why we are talking about sustainable aviation? Though it's 2.5, that is controllable fuel. I will tell you the technology, what and all, the various globe, we are working on this technology to reduce that, right? Carbon emission zero by 2050. Please go back. Can you go back? Back there. Yeah. Series is already, this one, right? This is also another, but it's already spoke about it. Even if you look at the different classes of the aircraft, economic class, business class, it's already occupied the huge space. That is going to take some 0.67 economic class to business class. It is going to take per passenger more 0.67 tons of fuel from say from London to New York. And so whatever this one day or one flight that New York to London, the pollution which is being or carbon content created by the one passenger is equal to one person living in UK for a year. That is the kind of environmental effect which we are seeing here. And actually, already many people spoke about it. As per the IATA, okay, the International Air Transport Association predicts that in the 2037, we'll be going to have 8.2 billion of passengers. So that much demand is going to increase. Then definitely the corresponding number of aircrafts, airlines, everything will be increasing. Then accordingly, we have seen that fuel burn rate in different aircraft. That much going to pollution is going to be created. So all these data, which is driving to a point wherein right to meet in Paris to work on controllable area. Already I told, though the other area is quite high, people are working on it, green energy, idle power energy, all those things. This is one of the area what they discussed in that bid in 2015 to form a the rule in 2016 and 2019 to get a climatic commitment from the team and national development contribution also being given by the team. And by that, all these things, right? They have to get by 2050, they have to get a net zero emissions, and the 2030 they have to get by 30% lesser in all this, all this propulsion company like Pratt & Whitney, GE, CFM engines, all these partners together. So that's the things. That is the objective or the agreement which is achieved, been obtained in these things. The world is working towards that. So what is when we talk about this, right, when we have this agreement, when we want to achieve this, what are the various ways we can achieve this? The main, one of the key things here is like, sustainable aviation fuel. That is like a biofuel, we'll be talking about it. And because I'm not expert in all these things, one of the few area I'm expert, and my idea, as I told, right, I'm the UAV man, I wanted to cover the complete area, what's happening in all the area around the world, and which company working on it. What will be the business potential in that area? Okay, the first is the sustainable aviation fuel, and next two is the weight reduction. Weight reduction is possible by having that different kind of the lightweight material and smart material, and also next one is that fuel optimization. Fuel optimization by having that right proper combustion and working on the engine to improve its performance, and highly efficient aircraft design, going for that right with thinner wing. And whatever that they have talked about, the different other concept where we can have that highly efficient aircraft which can be less in weight, less in drag, and high in performance, and naval propulsion system, green aircraft technologies, and another by noise reduction and emission reduction. These are some of the area where we can able to work. These are all work will be helping in achieving your net zero carbon 2050. According to the IATA report, so though there are many things are available, so we have to categorically pick a area, right? Because we did not work on all the area where I'll be working a lot of effort, right? Like it's like writing the exam. There is some one word answer. So we have to pick the 20 most the bigger things. It is the main area we can score mark. Even if you have 10 one word answers missing, 20 marks you can score good mark. That's the way you have to pick which is the key area where this target can be achieved. Mainly, as per this data, SAF is the one of the highest contributor to achieve your net zero CO2 emission by 2050. That will be contributing to 60%. New technology, electric, hydrogen, that can contribute to 30%. These are all based upon the current technology availability and then readiness of the the material action. It's not that as of today, tomorrow the scenario will change. Maybe hydrogen will take the preceding factor if every research whatever Professor Suresh was talking about, that research is already proven. That will be preceding. Currently, as of today, this is the percentage of contribution for the different sustainable aviation, and 3% in production, operational efficiencies, and carbon capture. Carbon capture also one of the technology, right? We have that device to capture the carbon and then store it in the underground. These are one of the technology people are working on it. So this is the technology to reduce the carbon. We will see one by one in each and every area, right? Across the globe, what is the potential available? Which is the company working on it? So how they are working on it? So those are the things I will be just covering quickly. Then we will be coming to the session. So sustainable. What is sustainable aviation fuel? Okay, we know the fuel. It is a fossil fuel. It is coming from your hydrogen and carbon. Sustainable aviation fuel is nothing but your fuel which is made from your vegetable oil, your any other your fats, waste oil, and your waste, municipal waste, green waste, fats. These are the kind of your source wherein we will be making the sustainable aviation fuel. It's nothing but what happened, right? It's not that the burning, one has to understand the way of the manufacturing methodology of this sustainable aviation fuel is the savior in the carbon. There we are observing. When we are planting more plants, there we are seeing. It's not direct saving. When we burn the fuel, maybe whatever all Professor Theo talked about, right? Your content will be less, they save. Not the CO2. CO2 will be saved. What we are aiming here, right? We are aiming the way the fuel is developed, that is the whatever is for this SAF, that will be burned, and during the manufacturing process and the fabrication process, therein we are saving the carbon. That's the way it is actually. So sustainable aviation fuel, what are the benefits? So its benefits is like it reduces the carbon emissions and it's giving you the cleaner air. It is also compatible. One of the other benefits is that it is very much compatible with your existing things. For example, if you take a Pratt & Whitney or the Rolls-Royce, any of the aviation things, by mixing that, ready to use. There is no need to create any new engine for that, like your hydrogen fuel or any other electrical propulsion system. No need of having any other extra new invention for this. And also another thing, whenever there is a challenge, so always there is a economic opportunity. That's what when you are talking about this, right? So when there is a challenge, you have to meet this target. How are you going to do it? Do we have enough technology available for this? India, who is working on the sustainable aviation fuel manufacturing development? I don't think so, because there is already there is a demand. There is a right? Every economic conditions, everything is controlled by your governing or laws. And the agreement is made. There is a need in the world. We are also using. We are not the people. We are not using the aircraft. When you are using aircraft, there is a subsidy. Everything is given. If you want to focus on that area, you have to work on it. So that's a reason, right? It's also giving you the enough opportunity for your economic growth, and also it allows giving the energy security also. For example, when you start taking the SAF for your applications, you're also reserving your fossil fuel for some other application. Currently, what happened? Any natural resource is also already limited. There is no resources available for the surplus. You have to do the findings. It will be available. When you do that, when you preserve this energy, it will be settled for the future for some other application in the later stage. When you have the benefits, at the same time it has the challenges also. It's cost for the scale of production. For example, currently every aviation industry is not gone for the 100% fuel. Even if you watch it's like a mass production things. Okay, if I make only 10 liter or 100 liter or 1 million liter, so there is a huge difference, right? The mass volume and also for the what is the raw material required. That is one of the challenges here. The limited size of manufacturing constraint. What is that, right? Infrastructure and then airport accessibility to carry this fuel. These are some kind of limitation. And also the feedstock availability. What is that kind of we can use oats, some other millets, some bio waste. These are the things. These are all not limitedly available or meant for creating the SAF. That is also another challenge. We don't have the enough feedstock available to do that. And so it's what fuel for the future. It's already already we spoke about this. First point and last point is almost same. It's already very very expensive for the current the application because of the right the volume and then your requirement and the infrastructure availability. So when you come into that right, that opportunity, when we talk about the opportunity, so this like the SAF market is like currently it's going to be 16.8 billion by 2030, and also it is having that compound the average growth rate of 47.7% in the coming period before 2050, because 2050 we have to achieve this. This is the kind of business potential available in the SAF fuel area. So in that right, which is the company working on this? There is a company called Beta Fuel. Beta Fuel is the Swiss-based startup company who's working on this SAF, wherein that is using that aero group technology to convert methanol into your SAF fuel. Okay, so this is one of the company which is already working on the your SAF fuel out of the startup. These are all startup companies, not your big companies. So there, anybody they're interested in that area, they can capitalize to capitalize the right area rate of that 47% is quite huge, 50% close to that. And another company in the Germany, it's a MAV Aerospace. MAV Aerospace, what they are doing, they are making a completely all-electric aircraft. So this is the company is completely working on all-electric aircraft. They have the making a proprietary with them for the battery technology, which can go up to 50 kilometer range and 44 passenger seats. If you look at that interesting plot over here, what is the fuel consumption versus your cruise speed? In the particle cruise airspeed. So this is like the 800 kilometer per hour. So in compared to this same category of turboprop or your regional jets, it's very fuel efficient in this way. Because anyway, this one right, you can go through this company website for the more details. So what I'm I'm electrical propulsion expert. There is a challenge in the battery. I also not sure about what is the battery technology are using to store this power of the power to cater for this kind of the range and then your endurance. So maybe they'll be using that hybrid things like whatever being used in our automotive industry. Currently, if you take a lot of automotive coming industries, cars are coming with the hybrid technology. Hybrid technology, how it works right during the partial time, it will be storing the through alternator, it will be storing the battery. That battery power is used for your further time where there is no additional thrust power is required time. It has a complete trade-off study. It's not a straight answer. For example, even if when you charging the battery through alternator, there will be a thrust loss. Okay, that we are experiencing in some of our UAV because you wanted to charge the battery during our UAV flight for our one of the various application for the battery. That time we could see that there is a thrust loss. That is we have to do trade-off study because this company already working on it. They are already one of the guys. They are working on the electrical propulsion. The world. So Germany. This is the kind of aircraft which we are talking about. Two hybrid electric power plant they are using, and they are completely focused on this. Unlike what we spoke about, Dr. Sami yesterday, he was talking about content with me. These guys are as a complete aircraft they develop it. So they are doing something with the battery packaging, what are all the technology I told about it. This will be one of the key thing for your sustainable aviation. And coming to this AA also we talk about it. Artificial intelligence. What is that artificial intelligence? It is the using all the technology. Like the Sir Martin spoke about that, right? How to find an anomaly, how to find a mitigate it. Here, if once you find the anomaly, that will become your data. Okay, this like if you talk about in the initial days, because there is simply logic. Initial days when you talk about the simple logic, it's a binary, 0 or 1, yes or no. Then we got a fuzzy logic, more than one variable. Between yes or no, there are many factors are kept. 50% yes, 50% no, 30% yes, 70% no. This kind of logic was created. Then neural network came in. Then we got into the artificial intelligence. How artificial intelligence works? It's like a feedback control system wherein like we have the sensor, we know, and we have to only feel it. It's a programmed base actually. You have all the data available with you, and with that data, I will not be expert. Sorry, expert is worked in space for 40 years. Some other person is expert in something. All the data has been plugged in so that human errors are minimized. Why? By means of going to the artificial intelligence. So what happened, right? So somebody, the routing was done by a particular person for the particular efficient, route for the fuel saving method. Everything can be plugged into the data. Then we will make that as a program using machine learning, computer vision. Then you can do it for the. By that way, you do the AI technology to improve your sustainable aviation. That is one of the things. So in this area, the company called right Skidwheeler. This is what I was talking about. It's a US-based company. They are completely working on the solar power-based autonomous flight system. They already test flown for the successful takeoff and landing was conducted by them. There are many other companies also working in the similar line. I'm just focusing on key company who are all working on that. What will be the potential economy available in the particular area if you wanted to work with for the future things? Because this will be one of the future. Maybe what yesterday now we spoke. Solar powered aircraft can be the future. We'll be completely eliminating any trial is successful with the passengers. Definitely we'll be going towards that in the future. Every invention, like morning we also Suresh talked about it. When the first time in the World War time when we spoke about it, whether the turbine jet engine is possible or not, people should know. Everything is possible with your effort and then inventions. Okay. And this is what they're doing actually. When they are making a Skidwheeler aircraft similar to 747 wing, they are making it. And there is the video available in the link. You can see that the successful takeoff landing of that particular piece. And coming to the artificial intelligence and this Beacon AI, it is a US-based startup company. They are also doing AI for your co-pilot. For example, the complete data of particular things are being loaded as a program there. There is no co-pilot available in this particular whatever the development system. It is working as a complete co-pilot, minimizing all the human error for your safe landing of your aircraft, takeoff and landing of the aircraft. And next is the digitization. So digitization is one of the things. See, the technology which can help in your sustainable aviation and also right. It starts from your. This is also having the business potential of in the 53.8 billion by 2034. So this is a CAGR already. There is a digitization already happened. What we are doing here, right? It's starting from your faster design to delivery. What happens if you have that any part which is being tracked from the beginning to end, in the form of digital supply chain management, digital manufacturing process management, IoT, all these things, right? Currently, if you look at this automobile industry, they already implemented IoT. Because why these things are very, very important? Your complete manufacturing process control and your production planning control is very, very important. There's a huge backlog in the aerospace industry to meet the demand. To take the interview from our Airbus CEO, there's some 120 aircraft, the shortage, they delay from the Air India on their Indigo requirement only for the India. There is enough digitization is required to fulfill that requirement, in all the stage of manufacturing to be digitized, starting from your production planning control, what's happening, when is stuck, complete your Internet of Things, health monitoring of the complete process. That is also one of the key area people are being worked out. So there is a company called Orbital Simulations. So they developed this one is the interesting for space application. What they are doing, like we have this software for ANSYS and your CFD software. These people are having some software developed for the space applications. So where the different planets are there. I did not break my head because the initial days when we launched the PSLV to the the rocket launching orbit, the orbit, we can simulate it with very well available data. This is the company, they already the orbit. And another company called Voyager Space offers space communication. Only they are giving the very good communication. So what happened? They are lot of US companies are working on this kind of area after the SpaceX. Like they wanted to become like a service product. For example, communication between the space to the ground station. I did not break my head in my launcher or my station to communicate it. They will make it. There is another interesting company also available, wherein I'll come to that before additive manufacturing. Advanced satellite technology, because since I covered space, I wanted to go and then come back to this. What they do, so they are also became like a lot of the pico satellite, nano satellites. So they wanted to do easily launch for your various applications of IoT and all. What they are doing, satellite buses. This is some South African company. They call this is a satellite bus. So whatever you are doing, they will make like a LRUs, like your complete platform is there. Other than your key payload, your intense things, remaining transponder, telemetry, and your solar system, everything is there. I can be able to take 10 kg of payload or the 8 kg of payloads. I will make my own system. I will launch. Maybe I can use the see the people initiative how they are coming up with. Nobody thought, and I am also browsing through, right? Just I was surprised they see how the technologies are going. That is the way, if you look at even our telecommunication, our mobile application, what we are having, this is once upon a time used for the space application when the NASA people went to the moon mission for the communication. So when the technology is becoming cheaper, the way we put a lot of effort to make it cheaper and then affordable to all the people. That way, the space 2 and then space satellite launching, maybe whatever yesterday Dr. Ashok was talking about, VT can launch. They can try with these people. They can take this satellite bus. They can add the payload along with other few satellites. That also one of the part of the satellite that can be launching. Another thing is that even the debris clearing also. There is a company called Vestigo Aerospace. They are doing the orbital sustainability. They are having some kind of a membrane material which can, help in deorbiting any of the debris in the space. So, like morning we spoke about it, but this is not the key area. This is also sustainability to clear the debris in the space. It is some of the area. Company already started working on it. It's not like only ISRO or the NASA or the SpaceX only to work on it. Private sectors are coming, like how Skyroot is launching our rocket from India, right? Like that. Going back to the smart material area. Sorry. Can you yeah. Another thing, right? The additive manufacturing. So when we look at this 3D printing is coming. The 3D printing, what we have in India is like FDM, then laser sintering machine. This is the kind of the basic machine which is available. Maybe the FDM is not, you can only use it for only shape applications only. We go for SLA, I think it is having some kind of PA0000 material. It's equivalent to plastics. That much strength we can able to make it. Whereas if you look at these guys, the NIMAX, okay, they are making this one like the very superior than your PEEK, polyether ketone, that is used for your such very high-end applications, very thermally insulated for the engine component and all. They can use this kind of netmax liquid crystal polymers kind of 3D printing materials. That is one of the company available, and another one company is. So this is also having a very good potential, right? The CAGR rate of 22.20% in the 2030. Then coming to that next application is that blockchain. So blockchain, the Veritex is the one of the company that is using the blockchain. Blockchain, you know, right? It's having that complete coding with the networking of the any part. Once you make a one part number from the end to end, you can able to track it. For example, from the design, then giving for the ordering, then what is getting it manufactured from the supplier, when the part is getting delivered, quality inspection of the particular things. Is there any kind of defects being there? Any conscious possible to the particular part until being fitted in the aircraft, and then tracking that particular things when you have to replace them. That is the kind of blockchain things they are implementing for their complete SCM of the material things. Similarly, for the aircraft maintenance also, there is a company called Aerospace Technologies, Aerospace company. They are also working on that complete aircraft maintenance through your blockchain. So just when to allow it to be replaced. Nowadays, a lot of manual methods available to track and then replace it at the regular intervals of time. Even for the fuel and refueling also, there is a digitization. That is I6. There is a company called I6 that is they are working on it. They will tell you the complete track history of how much fuel has been put in. Otherwise, now it's also many places it's a manual based. So a lot of digitization is being done to towards this sustainable aviation. And coming to the other part is that aerial mobility. There are many people talk about it. It's also having a very good potential market of 8.1 billion. This is the current rate. It will go up to growth rate of 24.6 billion. And there is a company currently already tested. It's a Japan-based company, Tetra Aviation. They already made that flight successful trial, not with the people, but already there is a trial was conducted by them. The purpose of this is for any emergency, you know, ambulance, taxi, or doctor going to the place and all. Then another company called hypersonic aircraft. Anyway, hypersonic aircraft we spoke in the morning. The need of that needs to be assessed. But anyway, there is a company working on that area. Then all the literatures I took from the trial. Some this is a company called Storm Trust Insects. They are giving latest trends and happening around the world on this particular all this sustainable aviation domain to meet your net zero CO2 by 2050. So that's the coming to the conclusion. Conclusion, right? So what we have to do as a right researcher or the students to meet the sustainable aviation. So we have to work on the right various area, like the system level approach to do the the different SAF or the very efficient aerodynamics or lightweight material or electrified power plant, hydrogen based power plant, or any other SCF. And these are all the things, and also innovative traffic management. These are some of the area we have to take that as a challenge and then work towards that area also, like other startups are doing globally. In that there is no Asian countries who are involved in this. There is some of them are there, but not much. That's the things, right? So since we have only one planet, we have to all work towards to save the planet by all means. Though it is only the 2.5% of emission, that is only controllable. So the trend from NASA is that try to retain that same 1.5 degree, whatever being warmed so far. That is, they do not want to go beyond that. So it has to go a little bit, maybe 1.1 degree. By 2050, it has to come back to 1.5 degree to continue retain the same position for the betterment of the future. You have to save the planet. For that, all should work. So that's the things. I would like to conclude my speech by famous, poem in Tamil. It is the Tirukural. Karka Kasadera, Karpavai, Katrapin, Nirka, Adar. So you have to learn that you have to full and fullest learning again. Okay, you have to learn it not only just very superficial or superficial level. Any subject, that's what I was telling to the students whenever I was sharing the session and also in the keynote piece also. You have to learn it to the board. You have to ask many why questions until you got the basic answer or basic physics behind them. Then only you can go in depth and then do your research or towards the application, towards the end goal. Then you will be able to make it happen. So then if you learn it better, then you adapt to that. If you don't know that, I'm fine with it. Whatever you presented, something is not met the end goal, there is no problem with it. After the feedback is given, you know there is a flaw in this, you have to correct yourself and then act on that, and then to make to the your end goal. Okay, that is the one of the things you have to follow. Okay, whatever is learned, you have to implement in your day-to-day life. Even whatever we studied in this sustainable aviation, because this is one of the great opportunity and honor to be here with with the invite from Dr. Prashant and then PhD management. So conducting this kind of conference is also one of the good things, because I have not seen any sustainable aviation related conference happened in India. I want to thank you, the PhD management and then complete conference organizing team, to bring that awareness to the team to make this happen. So, and also another request for me, like for the wherever I go to college, I will be giving this request. Whomever conducting, right? We have to. There is a basic difference between our India and foreign countries, that right? Industry, university collaboration is very strong. Maybe due to the high population, we cannot accommodate all the students to the industry, but we can do on our own. What all project chosen area, you have to do fullest of the extreme to bring it to some level. Maybe after 5 years, 10 years, it has to go for the pattern. Don't leave it at the remote level. I request also the professors to repeat the same project until it matured to the some product level or some kind of invention level. Don't stop it that they did and went through the reports. That's something. I am not saying that everybody are doing that. We have to keep a culture of making some invention happening in India. That is some of the collaboration what he was trying to do whenever he speak in the speech and all, when he was looking in MBA also. Anything we have to do, we have to do that service, the invention to serve for the society. That's the things you have to do. By this, I'd like to thank the team and then audience for the patience listening. I'd like to conclude. I'm open for any questions.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I would like to know what are the most promising feedstock sources in production of SAF, and what are the respective advantages and disadvantages?
So, like the bio waste is the one thing, right? And also this oats. There are some various. What are all For example, we are taking oils. The oil, your seeds, the cooking oil. That is also because we do not want to. We have to distinguish something non-edible, right? That we have to use it for aviation application. Anything seeds which can produce oil, that can be used for SAF. That's the for literature I studied so far. Could be a wheat or the oats or millet, anything which can produce oil from there, that can be used as a edible oil for SAF.
Any other person with any question? Thank you.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call our conference chair, Dr. Prashant GK, to offer a token of respect and love to Dr. Muniapane. Now we will have a few minutes of break, then we'll resume again. Request the audience to sit down, please, now.
Perfect. Okay.
I now request our respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. T.B. Sridharan, respected Chief Guest, Shri Alok Pandey, Professor Suresh Sampath, Dr. Kishore Jayaraman, Professor Theoclis Nicolaides, Dean of School of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. S. Balaguru, and our conference chair, Dr. Prashant G.K., to come in the dais.
Please, sir. Please. Sir. Yes, sir.
Now I request Dean SMEC Dr. S. Balaguru to deliver the welcome address.
Esteemed Chief Guest of today's valedictory function, Mr. Alok Pandey, Chief Executive Officer, Atal Incubation Center, IIT Delhi, Sonipat Campus. Respected Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. T.B. Sridharan sir, Conference Chair and International Aerospace Advisory Board President Dr. Suresh Sampath, another Conference Chair Dr. Prashant G.K., Dr. Kishore Jayaraman, Chairman of UK India Business Council, Dr. Theoclis Nicolaides, and Dr. Ajay Kumar Ray, and participants from various colleges. Good evening to all. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to the valedictory function of our ICSATA. That is the first edition of International Conference on Sustainable Aerospace Technologies and Innovations. Yesterday, we started the conference with a big bang, and today we have come to the closing ceremony of the conference. Generally, for any batsman, right from Sachin Tendulkar to the last batsman in the world, the first ball is very, very important because either he leaves the first ball unattended or he defend the ball and go without taking run. Otherwise, he will hardly score one run so that he can move from 0 to 1. But no batsman will have guts to hit first ball to 6. But this conference has done it. So congratulations to the students, delegates. Though it is a first conference, it don't seem to be a first conference because it has got a very big gathering. So it is not a mere international conference. I would say that it is a mega international conference, especially. Especially post-COVID, we take some excuses for not traveling because we got habituated to attending conference through online. We give presentation through online. But this conference has broken all the conventions because this type of conference I used to attend before the COVID, especially 5 years had gone. This is the first time post-COVID I am also attending such a big conference. And all the delegates, actually the credit goes to all the organizers And I am happy that our delegates has kind enough to attend, agree, kind enough to accept our invitation and came in person from across the countries. So I would like to thank Dr. Suresh Sampath for his valuable advice. At the same time, I would like to thank our management for its involvement to organizing such a mega conference. Now, I would like to welcome the chief guest of valedictory function, Dr. Alok Pandey. He is a versatile person. He has BTech in Electronics and Communication from Uttar Pradesh State University and Masters from Uttarakhand State University and MBA in Marketing from Jaipur National University. We are happy to have you as the chief guest. I welcome you all. I welcome you, sir. I welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Ajay Kumar Ray. We know that he is a Padma Shri awardee. We are being a chief guest of yesterday's function. He has been attending conference, so that shows his involvement at the age of 70. He is very hardworking and he has been attending conference tirelessly. I welcome you, sir. And I welcome our respected Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, who is a guiding force for all of us. I welcome you, sir. I welcome Dr. Suresh Sampath, sir, Dr. Kishore Jayaraman, sir, and Dr. Theophilus Nicholas. And they gave a very wonderful keynote talk. And I could see all the students flocking the delegates, all the delegates, even during the break time. So because it shows that the involvement of our students, they wanted to make use of the availability of these delegates to the fullest possible extent. Before I conclude, just I want to make one point clear. Actually, any country will grow only when the manufacturing sector in the country grows. You know very well, in 1990, our GDP and China's GDP both were equal. But now our GDP is $4 trillion. China is 5 times, 5 folds of us. Why I am saying is there is I could see there is a big gap in the aerospace industry. Because when I was young, on seeing Indian Airlines or Air India aircraft, I thought that all these aircraft are manufactured by India at HAL factory. But see, we have to cash in on the billion-dollar business. So when we are able to achieve the Chandrayaan mission and Mangalyaan mission with less than 1/10 of the amount spent by US and other countries, we will be able to achieve our aircraft manufacturing, passenger aircraft, I'm particularly talking about, because it's a very big industry. So I would suggest you to take one of this opportunity, because it's a long way to go. I know when Dr. Sundaramurthy sir was presenting the initial stage of ISRO. So in 1969, they were transporting rocket equipment by bicycle. So from that level to this level, we have grown enormously. So like this, one of you can emerge as an entrepreneur. It is not too late to see Elon Musk from any one of you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Now I would like to request our Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. T.B. Sridharan, to honor our chief guest, Sri Alok Pandey.
Next, I request our Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, to honor Dr. Suresh Sampath.
Now, I would like to request our Dean SMEC faculty, Dr. S. Balaguru, to honor Dr. Kishore Jayaraman. Now, I would request our conference chair, Dr. Prashant GK, to honor Dr. Theophilus Niklans. I request our conference chair to honor Dr. Ajoy Kumar Rai.
Now, I request our Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. T.P. Sridharan, to give the presidential address.
Good evening to all. We are on the end of the 2 days first international conference on aerospace, sustainable aerospace and innovations. Really a wonderful conference. In the last session, I was sitting. Professor Muniappan sir said that is required at this time. There is no many aerospace conferences happening in the country. So he appreciated. I thank you, sir, very first. I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Alok Pandey, sir, Chief Guest of this valedictory session. He is a Chief Executive Officer, Atal Incubation Center, IIT Delhi. So, a very warm welcome to you on behalf of IIT Bhopal University, sir. I also warmly welcome Dr. Theophilus Niklans on behalf of IIT Bhopal University for this valedictory function, sir. I warmly welcome Dr. Kishore Jayaraman, sir, for this valedictory function on behalf of IIT Bhopal University, sir. I invite Dr. Suresh Sampath, sir. I invite Dr. Ajay Kumar Rai, sir, Padma Shri Awardee. Sir, very warm welcome to you on behalf of IIT Bhopal University, sir. I also thank our esteemed founder and chancellor, Sri G. Vishwanathan, sir, for patterning this international conference. Also, our beloved Vice President, Sri Shankar G. Vishwanathan, sir, our Honorable Assistant Vice President, Ms. Kadambari Vishwanathan, our Honorable Trustee Madam, Srimati Ramani Balasundaram Madam, respected Registrar K.K. Nair Sir, respected Dean, School of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Balaguru Sir, and the conference chair, Dr. Prashant Sir. Sir, it's because of all of you, it has happened a very successful one, I understand. I also appreciate and congratulate the organizing team members, Dr. Balaguru, Professor Prashant, Professor Ankush, Professor Purna Kundar, Professor Pushpender Singh Patija, Professor Pon Harshvardhan, Professor Hemant Kumar, Professor Suresh of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and many other faculty members, scholars, students, volunteers in the organizing team as a whole for untiring contributions and efforts wholeheartedly for the last few months to make this conference a successful one. I also congratulate, of course, the result is not yet published, the best poster awardee, the most space tank technical awardees, Dr. Vishwanathan Best Posters Award, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Best Poster Award. For the winners' active participation and also won medals and awards. I also appreciate the professors for their valuable guidance. I appreciate the professors, scholars, and students of all the other universities and the VIT Bhopal University, VIT Vellore, VIT Chennai, VIT Amaravati campus for their valuable participation in this international conference. Sir. I am sure this conference has served as a source of inspiration, learning, igniting young minds, and by the dedicated experts, distinguished professors, and discussed contemporary views of this futuristic and development of this aerospace engineering and technology. I extend my sincere gratitude and gratefulness to the dedicated organizers, distinguished presenters, and enthusiastic participants for untiring commitment and undoubtedly make this conference a great success one. I thank the press and media for their coverages. I wish all them success. Thank you all.
Now, I would request Dr. Theophilus Nicolaides to give a special address.
So, we are almost at the end of this conference, and I would like to share some thoughts, my reflection actually from my journey here and the whole conference, what I'm thinking. First of all, when I received the invitation and I saw the title, I thought, oh, that's a very good title, Sustainability, Sustainable Aviation. Very good, because this is one of the hottest topics in aviation right now. So, right to the point, as we can easily say. When I firstly came, we delivered this workshop, and during these 2 days of the conference as well, I was impressed by the engagement of the audience, the students mainly. I was impressed about this engagement. That means motivation. They showed an interest and an enthusiasm. These are the ingredients for a successful career actually in the future, a successful and contribution to the society through the engineering science. And that's very, very important. Regarding the conference, I saw very interesting presentations. I met wonderful people here. We had very nice discussions. So overall, I really learned many things about the science, and of course other perspectives as well, because sometimes we do a mistake. We are focused on our study and ignore things that are happening nearby.
And so having this type of things and gathering all together to exchange views is very, very important. So thank you very much for this opportunity actually to exchange views. And the last thing, which is very, very important, is the organization. Everything was in place. Actually, I took part in the international conference as well, but here it's a world standard. Everything was in place. Everything was at the right time, I can say, broadly. Okay, so many thanks for this, and I'm looking forward for the next one. Thank you.
We have an announcement to make.
Good evening, everybody. Dr. Muniappan and Dr. T.K. Sundaramurthy sir have a flight to catch, so they'll be making a move right now. So I kindly request them to begin. Sir, thank you, sir, for your participation.
Now I would request Dr. Kishore Jayaraman to deliver special address.
Hello, everyone. Well, I'm sort of collecting my thoughts around these couple of days. I came into this conference when Professor Sampath invited me just to see the IT as a campus in Bhopal, just to see the IT. And I thought to myself, sustainable aviation, okay, it's going to be a lot of conversation about future that I might not enjoy so much because it's so far out there. But then, as we went through these days, the number one thing that I have to really, really admire about VIT is the hospitality. Everywhere I went, everybody I saw was friendly. They were making sure that we were not feeling out of place at every step of the way. And I have never seen people more hospitable than I've seen here. And for that, I'm grateful to you all. And the second one, thank you. The second one, what I noticed was the humility. I think there was a lot of, people here who are way more qualified than me, who are way more scholarly and knowledgeable than me. But then the fact that everybody behaved like human beings and everybody was talking to each other as though the world was just full of human beings. I found that a very stark difference from the world I've seen outside many, many times. So again, thank you for that. It's a culture. It's a cultural thing. And I think, you should be very, very proud of the fact that you're part of that culture. And the third most important thing, the technical thing, as I said in the beginning about sustainable, I looked at the students and I looked at the passion. I looked at the need to ask relevant questions that will help them enhance their knowledge, which is only going to help them enhance themselves. But more importantly, it was about the students asking the questions that would enhance the globe as a whole. And it was tied to sustainability, but then I saw a lot of the materials thing. And I think overall, it was just phenomenal learning for me. I came here thinking I had to share some thoughts for which I'm not so deep into engineering anymore. But then I go back very humbled by the fact that I learned more in the last 2 days than I actually offered. But I really think that these conferences make a big difference. And I think this conference is specially organized here. And I think right at the beginning, it became, like Professor Balaguru said, it was a mega conference for me. Time well spent for 2 days. And I just go back, a person that's fully fulfilled with engineering knowledge, still feeling that sustainability has a future. And I still believe that you people are going to be the future. And I think the future will be in good hands. Thank you, one and all, for everything. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Suresh Sampath to give a special address.
Okay, good evening, everyone. And at the outset, I would like to congratulate the VIT Bhopal management and the organizing team for conducting such a wonderful conference. I'm actually envious when I look at you people, the students particularly, that you are at a time when you have access to so much of information, so much of support from your faculty and from the resources that you have. I simply wish that I was of your age and I could go back and sit on the other side. Now that is my true feeling. And as my predecessor said, when I came here, the energy, the enthusiasm and the involvement that I saw from the students right from the workshop day, there's so much of passion for this subject. I think that's truly commendable, and keep up the spirit. And going to the hospitality, I think as my predecessors said that it's wonderful hospitality. For me particularly, I have a very special connection with VIT because as the very first day your dean said, I was born in Vellore, so VIT Vellore isn't there, and my wife is from Bhopal, so I'm connected from both sides. So that's a very sort of a sentimental connection for me with the VIT. It's a very special. So whenever I come to this place or go to Vellore, I always feel at home. Thank you very much for all the hospitality. I would say thank you very much for the gracious hospitality and the generosity shown over these last 2 days. Thank you very much for everything.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Ajay Kumar Rai for a special address.
A very good evening, and what a wonderful time we spent here. Last 48 hours, I was truly spellbound. And the entire credit goes to the management, Prashant, who right from the first day had invited me to attend this conference, and most importantly to all the students and participants who have really made this possible. So, in fact, as everybody else said, these 48 hours, I must say that I learned so much. I'm thankful to all those who spoke and the students who had ignited lots of curiosity. Many of the questions that you have asked, because I mean, the more you learn, the more questions you have. And I was spellbound that the students, because in many conferences or many places, the students, they sit silent. But in every session, there were fantastic questions, question after question in the keynote addresses. And frankly speaking, every moment I learned, and that was a real joy. And I must say that I congratulate the management, the students, and all of you, and wish that the fire that has been lit here and the lamp that has been lit right in the beginning, let that go on forever. And all of you, you have a wonderful journey ahead. And let this institute be one of the best, not only in the country, but also globally known for this culture and for contribution to the very basic things, that is sustainability, which is our day-to-day, not only a buzzword. And I'm so happy that you all believe from the core of your heart the utility of sustainability in aviation sector. I think that our whole globe, our future is in very good hands, and we have a very bright future under your future leadership. Thank you very much.
Shri Alok Pandey is the Chief Executive Officer of the Atal Incubation Center, IIT Delhi, supported by Niti Aayog's Atal Innovation Mission. With over 16 years of experience in driving innovation, entrepreneurship, and technology-led ventures, he has been instrumental in shaping India's startup ecosystem across sectors like energy, health tech, agri-tech, food tech, and sports tech. Shri Alok Pandey has successfully led initiatives focused on startup strategies, fundraising, policy creation, and strategic partnerships with government bodies, industry leaders, and academic institutions. His international work includes impactful projects in Malawi, promoting inclusive agribusiness and empowering women entrepreneurs. A passionate mentor and thought leader, he actively engages with entrepreneurs, guiding them on business development, market strategies, and securing funding. His visionary leadership continues to foster innovation, collaboration, and sustainable growth both in India and globally. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Shri Alok Pandey for the valedictory address.
So, very good morning to all the dignitaries, esteemed guests, researchers, faculty members, and future entrepreneurs. So, it's an honor for me here to attending this Sustainable First International Conference on Aerospace, Technology and Innovation. So, firstly, I would like to say my bad luck, I have not joined this conference yesterday, but parallelly, it's a good luck for me. I will at least join on the last day and learn a lot of things from the senior persons, keynote speakers, and the panel discussions. And especially, I spent whole day fortunately with the Murthy sir. And I have seen a lot of ideas in the pitching session. So I would like to showcase a data with you so that you can understand why right now this startup ecosystem is important for you guys as innovators. If you see last 70 years, approximately 68 to 6 after freedom, 68 to 70 years approx, the DPIIT registered startups in last 70 years is approximately 500 plus. Or right now, if you see the data until 2025, we have DPIIT registered startup is more than 1 lakh, approximately 17,000. So here's a huge jump. If we talk about the girls entrepreneur or girls innovators, because I have seen today 6 pitching session, and in the 6 pitching sessions, the 5 ideas presented by the girls. So this is a huge, again, a jump. If we see the involvement of the leadership position in the startups till 2016-17, approximately we can say 1900 or approximately 2000. But right now, if you see in the last 9 to 10 years, this number is grows drastically high. It's about 73,000 plus, where the women or girls entrepreneurs leading positions like director, founders, co-founders, CTO, CFO on the any startups. So that is a big jump and motivation for the girls. That's why Sarkar is also come up with the different policies for the different schemes for the on the position of the girls. If you see the unicorn, we didn't know that word in the unicorn before 2014 or 16. Its number around is 4 or less than 10. Right now we have more than 100 unicorn in India. At least if we see on the side of patented technologies, we have approximately in 17 years, 68 to 17 years, 600. But right now the patented is more than cross that lakhs. If we see the rankings of India in innovation, world's business doing rankings is approximately at that time is you can say 142, or right now it is approximately about the 63 in last 9 to 10 years. It's a huge jump. If we see the GII, Global Innovation Index in India, so if you see this ranking was at the time of 2015 or 16 is 81. Right now the GIE we achieved the 39, or we are growing, or we are hoping that in the coming years we will achieve that position within top 10. Now if you see the VC deals in India, a lot of VC deals, if you see that VC deals, a lot of VC deals increase in last 9 to 10 years. If we talk about the fundraising by the startups, in last 17 years total, in 17 years total fundraising was approx $6.8 million. And right now that last 9 to 10 years, the VC fundraising from the VC is approximately 10.8 to 10.9 million dollars. So holistically, if we see the whole ecosystems, we have in last 9 to 10 years, we have exponentially increased in India. So why, as an institution, as an industry, as a government, once they all are supporting you guys as innovators, that is up to you. That is your time to come forward. Don't restrict your idea into your mind. Come up with the idea, drafted that idea into the POC, convert that idea in some of the physical form or the designing form. Don't restrict that idea into your mind. So today I have seen a lot of presentations, and Dr. Muniyappan is already shown you a good startups in the across the country, across the world. So you can fetch out again, read that presentations. I hope they have shown a lot of, I think 14 to 15 startups in the space sectors. So you can go through all the startups, what they are exactly doing in the space sectors. Then you can find out whether we can come up with the frugal innovations. We can take that technology on the lower cost and the higher the quality. That's the one part. That's the second part. Can you fetch out any challenges? Because I have seen a lot of keynote speakers in the sessions. They have discussed about a lot of challenges. If we talk about the S2 hydrogen, if we talk about engines point of view, electrical point of view, or the electronics point of view, or sensor point of view. So you can come up with a specific challenge with a specific solutions or innovative solutions. So you can pick up the two wings. Once explore all the existing technologies across the world existing, or how you can do the frugal innovation with the current technologies, or come up with the new ideas so that you can create a unique solutions and cross the world. The second, I have seen in all the keynote speakers and the sessions and the students, they are using the AI word. AI is a very, very dynamic right now, or you can get buzzword in India, because after came our prime ministers in the Biden terms that become AI, America, India, they have proposed. After that, they have launched a 10,000 crore rupees fund for the India AI mission. So you have to explore that particular area, how we can use that AI in the space sectors, on which points we can include that AI. It's a very sensitive technologies, so that because it's a disruptive. Once you use AI, or you can create something new that will be a disrupt the market, disrupt all the industries as well. So why I want to take this word, because India have right now a lot of funds through India mission. They have 10,000 crore rupees in the budget. They have separate provision for startups, approximately 2,000 crore rupees for the, I think is the space and innovation sectors. I cannot say the exact number right now, but there is a provision in the 3 terms. If you have an idea, you want to convert that idea into the POC or prototype, definitely you face some challenges. Challenges like you need some tech partnership, you need some business mentorship, you need some initial funds. So government have that provision through the incubators, because I am dealing India's best incubator at IIT Delhi. We are providing all these things, support to all the students, not limited to IIT Delhi students, approximately from the tier 2, 3 or 4, tier 2, 3 cities students also, or innovators also. So come up with your ideas. So if you feel, if you have a challenge for the financial sustainability, government is providing a grant. Grant means that you use the money, or you can do your research, you can create your prototype, and if you succeeded, that is well, go forward. If you fail, that is not the meaning to revert that grant to the government. It's fully utilized by you. So you can risk-free, you can use that money on the freely side, and you can create a prototype. After that, if you succeed to create a POC or MVP at that level, that the angel investor and the VC funds come into the market. And right now in this budget, government also proposed the funds of funds. So funds of funds, it's reserved the 10,000 crore rupees. So for the growth in startups, that is a biggest fuel for your particular venture. So in the last, I would like to say, don't restrict your ideas, come up with the unique solutions and use the tech mentorship from the experts. You can help the business mentorships also in the future. Like Prashant said, if we conduct roundtable discussions from the industry leaders and roundtable discussions of the government policy, government grants, how innovators can fetch out that funds available for you, that will be a better part in the coming the whole 1 year. So I would like to stop my speech here, but I have learned so many things from the keynote speakers and the leaders like Murthy ji, and from the students and faculty point of view also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for motivating the audience. For the further proceeding of the conference, I would like to invite our conference chair, Dr. Prashant ji.
Good evening, everybody. We had so far wonderful sessions of poster presentation, technical paper presentation, and also space stand that has succeeded in the subsequent 2 days. So I will be now trying to read out the winners according to the initial, that is your technical papers. But yes, everybody would be most probably waiting for it. But prior to that, those people who have spent hours and given you, that is knowledge and specifically their experience that they have shared, we need to respect that and we need to honor them. So we kindly request, that is the session chairs specifically, who have helped us in evolving our overall fruitfulness in the work that we have done. So we kindly request some session chairs to please come one after the other, starting with Kishore Jaraman sir. And to facilitate Dr. Kishore Jaraman sir, we request Pro Vice Chancellor sir to begin. So please. Next, we call upon Professor Theoclis Nikolai. Sir, provide service. Next, we call upon Professor A.M. Pradeep. Next, we call upon Shri Ravi Kumar Verma. Next, we call upon Professor Suresh Sampath sir. Yes, the next that you are all waiting for, as per the papers and the tracks, we'll begin with the winners of each track. those who have contributed and have received positive feedback and have been acclaimed as the best paper presentation. And for the best paper presentation we have is Abdul Kalam Foundation that has been supporting us for this very same cause. So track 1, we have Jishnu Chandra R. Do we have Jishnu Chandra R with us? Please, I request you to clap for the contributor. Next, for track 2, we have Ramakrishnan PV. For the track 3, we have Asad Ahmed. For the track 4, we have Junaid Islam Pranto. Next, for the track 5, we have T. Nilavasan. Please come into the stage. Next, for the track 6, we have Dr. Jagadeshwari Ji. And for the track 7, we have Manoj Prabhakaran. Thank you to all the contributors, other contributors who have contributed their work. And I hope you all would have gained out of the insights and the feedback that the session chairs would have provided, or the inputs that they would have given to your contribution to make it far way better in further more ways to generate more fruitful returns out of your work. Thank you. Next we have is the category for the space tank. The runner-up team is team 6, that is Rudrak Narayan Mishra. I request Dr. Kishore Jaraman sir, space tank, right? Dr. Theophilus Nikolai sir for the same. Please, all the 3 can be part of it. Please. The winner of Space Tank, we have Team 5, Riya Verma as a team lead and their team. I request Riya Verma and the team to join.
Now I would like to request our conference chair, Dr. Prashant GK, for giving the vote of thanks.
Good evening to one and all present over there. I know that some of you are waiting for the poster presentation award too. It will be declared a little late, but we'll definitely come back to you on this. So prior to that, I would want to begin with my vote of thanks, and I request you to kindly bear with the delay for the poster presentation. Thank you. Respected delegates, dignitaries, honored guests, faculty members, and participants. Good evening to everyone. As we conclude the International Conference on Sustainable Aerospace Technologies and Innovation, SATI 2025, it is my great privilege and honor to extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this event a resounding success. At the very outset, we express our deepest gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor, Vice President Sir, Assistant Vice President Ma'am, Trustee Ma'am, Pro Vice Chancellor Sir, Deans, and all faculty members of VIT Bhopal University for their unwavering support and encouragement. Their vision, leadership, and guidance have been very instrumental in making this conference very, very successful. A special note of appreciation goes to our chief guest, Professor Ajay Kumar Ray of the inaugural and Sri Alok Pandey of the valedictory for gracing their occasion with their esteemed presence. Your words of wisdom and encouragement have truly set the stage for a meaningful discussion. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to our special keynote speakers for their enlightening talks, which have provided deep insights into cutting-edge aerospace technologies and advancements. We are instrumental and very, very grateful to our dignitaries, panel members, and session chairs for their valuable contributions in the expertise that they gained and the engagement that they had significantly provided for the participants and delegates equally. A heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Dr. Frank Hasselback and Professor Suresh Sampath from ISAB and their organization, that is International Society for Air Breathing Engines, and other international and national organizations for their collaborations and support. Their involvement has been truly elevated and global stature of this conference, and we have very honored to receive their kind support. We sincerely acknowledge the generous support of our sponsors and industry partners, namely Lockheed Aerospace and Jet Aerospace, along with Institution of Engineers, MP State, for their kind contributions. They have helped us to ensure and seamlessly execute the SATI and have strengthened the bridge between academia and industry. A huge round of appreciation and applause for the technical team, food committee, hospitality committee, transport committee, disciplinary committee, student coordinators team, participant management committee, hostel committee, faculty quarters committee, electrical committee, center for technical support team, housekeeping, and our dedicated student core and volunteers team. And also, my team faculty colleagues, Dr. Ankush Tharkar and Dr. Vijay Patidar, for their contributions. Your tireless efforts, behind the scene coordination, and commitment to excellence have made this conference a smooth and successful event. We extend our heartfelt thanks to our session chairs, reviewers for their meticulous evaluation and research papers and for maintaining high academic standard. Special mention to all the researchers and presenters who have shared their innovative findings and contributions to this thought-provoking discussions. I thank Springer for helping us in publishing at a later stage your contributions at a very, very high level. Lastly, but most importantly, a big thank you to all our participants and delegates for your enthusiastic engagement, insightful questions, and specifically active participation. Your presence and intellectual contributions have been the heart of this conference. As we bring ICSATI 2025 to a close, I want to once again thank my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Your support, your presence, your contributions have made this event truly remarkable. On personal note, if by any action or words I or my team has unintentionally caused any inconvenience or hurt in any way, I sincerely apologize and request your kind forgiveness for the same. Our intention has always been to serve and ensure seamless experience for all. With this, I thank you all once again and look forward to future collaborations and wishing success to all endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, I request everyone to stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
One photo. Sir, one photo frame. You come on, sir, please. Sir, please. I want
I need Dr. Ankush Thakur and Dr. Vijay Patidar on the stage. Thank you.